Imagine a fighter jet capable of crossing from New York to Los Angeles in less than 10 minutes. A craft that processes information faster than any human pilot could. An aircraft that can vanish completely from enemy radar, even while operating near or above the edge of space. Sound unbelievable? The Pentagon is actively developing it. While most attention goes to the F-35's shortcomings, or the buzz around Boeing's F-47 contract, engineers worldwide are secretly developing far more groundbreaking technology that could render today's fighters obsolete overnight. But here's the catch few are discussing. By the time the F-47 reaches operational status, other countries could already be flying 7th-generation prototypes. Many of you watch without subscribing, but your support truly powers our channel. So, what sets a 7th-generation fighter apart? Consider it this way. The leap from a World War II fighter to the F-35 was enormous. Now, the jump from today's jets to 7th-generation aircraft could be even more staggering. First, let's focus on speed. Modern fighters like the F-22 can hit roughly Mach 2.2. That's incredibly fast. But 7th-generation jets are built for true hypersonic cruise. We're talking speeds exceeding Mach 5. That's over 3,800 miles per hour. At that velocity, an aircraft could fly coast to coast across the United States in under an hour. But speed is only the beginning. These jets will function in ways unlike anything we've ever seen. Think back to the wow factor when the F-35 rolled out sensor fusion. 7th-generation aircraft take it further with quantum radar systems. This cutting-edge tech can track stealth planes by harnessing the unusual principles of quantum physics. Put simply, even our top stealth tech today would be ineffective against these new systems. Now here's where it gets really fascinating. Boeing just secured the F-47 contract, valued at over $20 billion. That's a huge investment for a 6th-generation fighter. Yet analysts predict 7th-generation development will reach hundreds of billions. These aircraft won't simply follow preset instructions. They'll think, adapt, and make split-second decisions using artificial intelligence far beyond what exists today. The AI on board absorbs lessons from every single mission. It analyzes enemy strategies, adjusts to new threats, and instantly communicates this intelligence to the rest of the fleet. That's the level of capability we're looking at here. The real breakthrough isn't the fighter itself. It's how multiple units operate in unison. A single 7th-generation jet acts as a command hub for dozens, maybe even hundreds, of unmanned drones. They are advanced weapon systems that synchronize attacks with precision far beyond what any human pilot could achieve. Consider what this means. A single 7th-generation jet could command an entire fleet of drones. It might overpower enemy defenses simply through massive numbers, all while remaining well outside danger zones. The pilot, if there's even a human on board, could be controlling the fight from a secure bunker thousands of miles away. Now, let's tackle the big question. Are these astonishing jets even possible to build? The technical hurdles are massive. Flying at Mach 5 produces heat intense enough to melt steel. The airframe requires materials that can survive these extremes while staying structurally sound. Current studies are exploring metamaterials and cutting-edge ceramics. These aren't just heat-resistant, they're engineered at the molecular level with properties nature never created. Their White Emperor program, though still in its early stages, showcases designs that perfectly fit 7th-generation fighter criteria. Some materials can actually alter their properties depending on conditions. Others have the ability to self-repair after sustaining damage. China has already proven they're serious about this tech. Their White Emperor program, though still in its early stages, showcases designs that perfectly fit 7th-generation fighter criteria. Images from Chinese testing sites reveal aircraft that defy traditional fighter designs. They are flatter, wider, and clearly engineered for sustained hypersonic flight. Their PAKDP program is designed to produce fighters capable of operating in space. This introduces yet another game-changing feature. 7th-generation fighters won't be confined to just the atmosphere. They're engineered to function both in the air and in space. This dual ability unlocks completely new tactical options. Picture a jet that can ascend to the edge of space, survey massive regions, and strike targets anywhere on Earth in minutes. They could launch tactical satellites, intercept hostile spacecraft, or run reconnaissance missions today's planes simply can't achieve. The onboard armament is revolutionary. Rather than conventional rockets and rounds, 7th-generation fighters will field directed energy systems. Powerful laser arrays could vaporize inbound missiles, fry hostile electronics, or strike with surgical accuracy. These jets will jam hostile communications, blind radar arrays, and even carry out cyber attacks against adversary networks. They'll also be able to generate deceptive radar signatures, tricking opponents into believing strikes are coming from different locations. Stealth technology is about to reach levels we've never seen. Today's stealth mainly hides aircraft from radar. 7th-generation fighters will feature multispectral stealth. They'll be nearly undetectable by infrared sensors, acoustic tracking, electromagnetic scanning, and even visual observation. Sound-dampening tech will render them acoustically silent, while advanced materials scatter electromagnetic waves unpredictably. The way these aircraft are built marks a major leap forward. Rather than conventional assembly lines, 7th-generation fighters will rely on advanced 3D printing. Parts can be created on demand, enabling rapid customization and quick replacements. Some designs even explore 4D printing, producing components that change shape or properties after fabrication. A wing segment could adjust its shape to optimize for varying flight conditions. Armor plates might shift between flexibility and rigidity as required. Maintenance is about to change dramatically. Rather than fixed schedules, these fighters will constantly monitor their own systems. They can anticipate part failures before they occur, and even execute certain repairs automatically. On-site maintenance teams could 3D print replacement components instantly, cutting downtime drastically. The pilot's function, assuming pilots are still used, will transform entirely. Rather than flying the jet directly, they'll oversee its AI systems. They'll focus on strategic choices, while the artificial intelligence manages tactical maneuvers. It's like the difference between playing chess yourself and directing multiple grandmasters at once. Navigation systems will no longer be vulnerable to GPS jamming or signal interference. Quantum navigation relies on the fundamental behavior of matter to pinpoint location. These systems function anywhere within the atmosphere, in space, or even underwater if needed. Communications will become completely secure thanks to quantum encryption. Even the most advanced current encryption could theoretically be cracked with enough computing power. Quantum encryption works differently. The very laws of physics ensure that any attempt to intercept it would be immediately detected. Let's discuss the timeline. When might we actually see these astonishing aircraft? Most analysts agree that 7th-generation fighters won't enter active service until the 2050 seconds at the earliest. The technological hurdles are just too complex to overcome quickly. Still, certain breakthroughs could speed up this process. Artificial intelligence is progressing faster than anyone expected. Quantum computing is transitioning from labs to real-world applications. Material science continues to deliver unexpected advancements. The economic impact is staggering. Creating 7th-generation fighters will demand investments far beyond even the priciest current programs. The F-35 program alone has exceeded $1 trillion over its lifetime. Developing 7th-generation technology could cost multiple times that figure. Global collaboration will be crucial. No single country, not even the United States, can shoulder this development alone. We're already witnessing new alliances form. The United Kingdom, Italy, and Japan are teaming up on 6th-generation projects. Similar collaborations will be essential for 7th-generation breakthroughs. The strategic consequences go far beyond the battlefield. Countries that dominate 7th-generation technology will gain unmatched leverage in global affairs. Those that lag risk losing influence in international politics. Think about the current global landscape. The United States sustains its influence in part through cutting-edge military technology. Our aircraft carriers project power across the world, with no rivals able to match them effectively. 7th-generation fighters could offer comparable dominance in the skies. But there's a more concerning aspect to this. These weapons are so advanced that they could upset global stability. If a single nation gains a major technological edge, it might feel compelled to act before rivals catch up. Historically, this kind of imbalance has sparked arms, races, and even preemptive conflicts. The ethical dilemmas are just as serious. Should autonomous machines be trusted to decide life or death without human supervision? Current military rules demand human approval for lethal actions. 7th-generation fighters might act faster than humans can realistically intervene. AI systems, no matter how advanced, operate strictly within their programming and training. They lack true understanding of context, morality, or the long-term effects of their choices. Granting these systems authority over lethal force marks a profound change in warfare. International law will have to adapt to these emerging realities. Current engagement rules presume human decision-makers. Legal standards for autonomous weaponry are still under discussion in global forums. The environmental consequences also demand attention. 7th-generation fighters are being developed with sustainability as a priority. Propulsion could rely on hydrogen or advanced biofuels instead of conventional jet fuel, dramatically cutting the carbon footprint of military missions. Innovative manufacturing methods are greener too. 3D printing generates less waste than traditional production, and modular components can be reused or recycled with greater ease. Virtual reality platforms can generate scenarios that are impossible to recreate in the real world. Artificial intelligence adversaries can create highly unpredictable, demanding training scenarios, preparing pilots for real-world combat. Cybersecurity becomes absolutely vital. These networked aircraft will be prime targets for enemy hackers. Securing their software from intrusion or manipulation will require non-stop monitoring and frequent updates. The psychological effect on adversaries could be profound. Facing foes with overwhelming technological superiority has historically influenced morale and tactical choices. 7th-generation fighters might secure victories merely through their presence. Yet overconfidence carries risks. History reminds us that tech advantages are fleeting. What seems revolutionary today can become standard military hardware tomorrow. Countries that depend too much on technological edge can overlook other key aspects of military effectiveness. Training, doctrine, leadership, and logistics remain essential no matter the tech level. The most advanced aircraft in existence is worthless if pilots lack proper training, maintenance fails, or commanders cannot effectively utilize its new capabilities. Considering current global tensions, these advancements take on heightened importance. Rivalries among major powers are escalating. Countries are pouring resources into military modernization. 7th-generation fighters mark the next stage in this ongoing strategic competition. Historically, the United States has maintained technological dominance in military aviation. From the P-51 Mustang in World War II to the F-35 today, American aircraft have generally outperformed their adversaries. The development of 7th-generation fighters will decide if this edge endures. China's rapid military buildup poses unique challenges. Over the past 20 years, their defense budget has surged dramatically. Chinese engineers have consistently demonstrated the ability to create advanced military systems. The race for 7th-generation fighter technology will be fiercely competitive. Meanwhile, Russia, despite current financial pressures, continues pouring resources into cutting-edge military research, with engineers historically delivering innovative aircraft designs. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine could actually speed up certain development programs, As lessons learned create new operational demands, European countries are advancing their own next-generation aircraft initiatives. Creating advanced military aircraft demands vast resources that few nations can afford. Collaborative programs provide a way to join cutting-edge development while sharing expenses and risks. The commercial potential of 7th-generation technologies is also noteworthy. Breakthroughs in materials, propulsion, and manufacturing often translate into civilian innovations. Many everyday technologies, like the internet and GPS, trace their origins to military research programs. Propulsion systems for space-capable fighters could enable more efficient satellite launches. Advanced materials may enhance spacecraft durability and performance. The potential economic payoff could eventually offset the massive development costs. Historically, R&D spillovers have fueled economic growth. The Apollo program, despite its high price tag, produced countless technological breakthroughs that benefited civilian industries. 7th-generation fighter programs could generate comparable economic and technological advantages. The educational impact is significant as well. Creating these advanced systems demands top-tier engineers, scientists, and technicians. Investing in 7th-generation programs fuels education and training initiatives that benefit society at large. Military research often sparks international scientific collaboration. Shared challenges push nations toward cooperative solutions, and even rivals sometimes work together on fundamental research that advantages everyone. The timeline for 7th-generation fighters is still uncertain. Major technological breakthroughs could speed up progress, while unforeseen obstacles might cause delays. Political shifts, economic pressures, or international treaties could all influence development schedules. Looking at current 6th-generation programs offers some insight. The F-47 program officially started serious development around 2015 and is expected to enter service in the late 2020s. That's approximately 15 years from initial concept to deployment. 7th-generation fighters bring even bigger technological hurdles. Yet, modern design tools and manufacturing methods could shorten development timelines. Computer simulations allow designs to be tested far faster than building physical prototypes. Advanced production techniques can create test aircraft more quickly than traditional approaches. Artificial intelligence might actually speed up its own advancement for 7th-generation uses. AI systems can process enormous amounts of research data, recommend design enhancements, and optimize manufacturing workflows. This feedback cycle could accelerate innovation. Private industry will play a pivotal role. Companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Northrop Grumman have the expertise and facilities essential for advanced aircraft development. Their R&D investments will largely determine how rapidly 7th-generation capabilities come to fruition. International collaborations will influence development paths. Joint programs can combine resources and expertise while distributing costs and risks. The experience of projects like the F-35, despite difficulties, highlights the value of multinational cooperation. The true measure of 7th-generation fighter success will lie not only in their technical prowess, but in their strategic impact. Do these aircraft truly strengthen national security? Can they promote international stability? Do their staggering costs make sense? These questions won't be fully answered until 7th-generation fighters enter active service and demonstrate their capabilities in real-world operations. Until that moment, they remain captivating glimpses into the future of warfare and the evolution of military technology. The leap from today's fighters to 7th-generation capabilities goes beyond mere technology. It signals a shift in how military power is conceived, how nations interact, and how humans work alongside machines. Decisions made on these programs now will shape global security for decades ahead. Whether these extraordinary aircraft achieve their lofty goals or end up among military programs that fell short remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the quest for 7th-generation capabilities will drive technological breakthroughs, redefine how wars are fought, and could alter the balance of global power. The future of air combat has never been more thrilling or more unpredictable. 7th-generation fighters embody humanity's drive to push the limits of aerospace engineering, artificial intelligence, and modern military strategy. In conclusion, the race for 7th-generation dominance is already underway. While debates rage over today's fighters, military engineers are quietly developing technologies that will make current advanced aircraft appear outdated. These developments aren't merely upgrades, they represent a total revolution in how we understand and wield air power. The real question isn't if these extraordinary machines will ever be built. The question is, who will achieve it first, and what the consequences will be for global security? One thing is clear. The nation that masters 7th-generation technology will gain advantages capable of reshaping international relations for decades to come. What are your thoughts on these astonishing advancements? Share your opinions in the comments below, we'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the future of military technology, give this video a like, and subscribe for more content like it. Until next time!